All right, let me check the audio real quick. Make sure everything's good to go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly live stream that we have here on the channel at Neomustangs. I appreciate it. Hang on one second here. I gotta wait for 2 ads. Give me an uno momento. Like I said, let me check this. Check the tech. Make sure we're good to go. Sometimes my Logitech camera, whatever, the audio on it, sometimes it takes it over. I think it sounds pretty good. What's going on, everybody? It's good to see everybody. Tonight we'll be, see behind me. Been busy all damn weekend with this. Got a lot of things going on. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys go check out that subscribe. Check out the join button below as the exclusive content for the members on the channel. Appreciate all the guys in green. Pimpavic is one of them. You can see by their name. So I appreciate those guys for being part of the channel and being month by month. Big shout to my sponsors, Hanlin Motorsports, Tremick, McLeod, Stifflers, Team Z, just to name a few. MAF Racing. Appreciate you guys as well for supporting what you do here on the channel. But yeah, we got a little bit of conversation to talk about tonight. We definitely were working on the 408 all weekend, getting it prepped for the machine shop. As you see here in the thumbnail, you see behind me, we got all the parts taken out of it, and we actually just finished a video today on inspecting it. So yeah, we're gonna be bringing that out on Tuesday. We're gonna take a look inside a 1,000 horsepower production block. So we're going to see what it looks like. Now, it's not stock bottom end, obviously, so I don't want to get that miscued with anything else. But, yeah. A different angle. Yeah, we got a little different angle going on here. Trying to change it up a little bit here and there. What up, Damon Rice? What up, Jeff Williams? What's going on? MF Customs in the house. How we doing? Dave, KP. Got about 40 people in the chat already. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. But we got a... we didn't end up racing this past weekend, so I don't have really any video for you from our race. It's been raining in Ohio literally since like Thursday. Like it was raining so much in Ohio for the most part, or at least where we're at, off and on, that they like canceled the race like 2 days early and pretty much went for everywhere around Ohio. So there was like nothing to race on or with or whatever. But I hear tale of my buddy Andrew Hanlin making some passes over in Cecil County. So he's trying to shake down that Coyote. If you guys didn't know, obviously you know who Hanlin Motorsports is, but Andrew's been trying to get his little Coyote car set up because we got a big race. We got an end of the year race with the pacemakers 3.0, set the pace 3.0. So we got one more no prep race, and we're going to probably call it a year. We are thinking about coming to Dig or Die. It's in December, like mid-December. So I was going to see if my buddies Tyler Garlock, maybe Casey Lee, maybe a couple of my other stick shift friends want to make a trip. But that's kind of may or may not happen. I don't know. Dig or Die, usually down in North Carolina, the air is pretty good in December. It's pretty chill. So it's a back half race. And I seen it the other day, and I figured, if there's going to be a race you go to in the middle of the winter, having the white car still kind of on point, that'd be probably the one to go to. But I apologize about the chat lag, as I'm seeing some of the other chat come through and it's not showing up on my I don't know why it does that. So I do appreciate if you got any tech questions, small block for whatever, if you got any foxbody stuff you want to talk about here in the chat, throw it up in chat. But keep in mind that it lags behind a little bit, so it may take a minute for me to get to it. Picked up a new clutch and some parts from Hanlin this past week. Great advice from Hanlin. That's right. I'm coming for everyone, baby. Well, you could keep trying to head on out and and we'll find that out. We're gonna F around and find out next weekend, brother. Fam day. Yeah, I have 30 over pistons that I want to use on my 351. Can I still use them if they have scratches on the side? Yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, you don't really want to, get into too much scratching on the skirts or whatever. But you're talking about 30 over pistons that are for a 351 or 302 pistons that you're trying to put in a 351. What up, Stangman 78? I appreciate that. So, anyways, if you see the thumbnail, I always like to have a little bit of discussion. We got the 387 up there. We're going to talk about, obviously the black cars behind it. And then you got the 408 stroker that we're going to talk about behind me because we've been working on it all weekend. We're going to talk about the breakdown of it. And like we were just, what we're talking about with the weather has changed quite a bit. And like it just literally just changed literally over the weekend, like 2 weekends ago. So we will be hot and heavy on the Trooper Coupe coming up. If you guys don't know what the Trooper Coupe is, there is a playlist. We started a SSP build. It was most of the car parts, pretty much most of the car itself is Team Z. And, got a lot of really good parts in there. It's welded up and straightened out. And, McBride Racing took care of us. We paid them to get it all straight and right because the damn SSP was bent to hell. But we plan on doing a lot of stuff with that. It's going to lead me into the conversation that you see down in the lower corner about twins. We'll talk about that later on in the live stream, but a lot of things have changed, and I think my build's going to change as well. And I think it's going to be for the better. But that's a conversation in itself. Like I said, I want to talk about it and see what you guys think about it later on in the chat or whatever. What kind of times can I expect out of an 88 notch with a 347 5-speed? It all depends on. So where the misconception happens a lot when we're building fox bodies or just cars in general is we think that we could just throw a bunch of power on a car and expect it to perform. And it's just like, there's a lot of little things that can change your ET in your car. And it's a good conversation. It's a whole conversation, as a whole. Let's just say your 347 NA makes 350 wheel, 370 wheel, because I would never see a 347 making much more than that. But anyways, I mean, naturally aspirated to the wheels. That car with a good suspension, should go deep 11s, 1150s. I've seen that. I've seen cars at our track with just a naturally aspirated 347 just tickle the 10s, pretty much not full weight, but lightened up or whatever. But you can't expect to just, there's the tires involved. There's a lot of shock involved, body roll. Is your car caged? Is there an anti-roll bar there? Is it going to go A to B? Does it transfer well or, separate? What's it doing? You see what I mean? And we get, that's what we spent this whole year on. And I'm not knocking your build. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just trying to answer the question best I can. I mean, the white car, we spent most of the year just working on suspension and figuring that stuff out. But definitely think that your car should be in the 11s pretty easy. JG for sure. What up, Turbo Man 351? Good to see you. Chip Connor, are you putting boost on the 387 with a cost cash crank? Absolutely. I'm not afraid of boost. Tune it right and it'll be fine. You guys will see that in the video behind me with this motor apart. You'll see. 3.5 years, 5,000 street miles, probably 50 dyno pulls, 200 hits at the track, no prep, whatever, stick shift. Yeah, baby. Adventure Super Dave, good to see you, my man. My man Super Dave is one of the biggest contributors to the channel, man. I thank you so much for joining us today. So, yeah, to answer your question, are you going to put boost on a 387 with a cash crank? Absolutely, because you'll bend the rods before you break the crank, because I'm using factory football rods. I know, we've had our situations with football rods or whatever, but it's funny you brought that up because it's actually part of the conversation that we're going to talk about tonight. That's why 387 stroker is on my live list. Now, I've been talking about this motor a lot. We're waiting on the 7.95 push rods to get here. And obviously, we had to get this 408 apart so we could get it over to the machine shop, over to Dave at the machine shop, and get him started on it, because I'd like to have the motor done. I don't like to sit on motors and wait forever. I want to, we set a little bit of money aside to get it freshened up. We've got to get the heads gone through again. We just did them. Get this long block back together. That way, when the 387 comes back out, or excuse me, the 363 comes back out of the white car, I'm ready to get that car fired up. I'm ready to get the 387 in the black car and move on to the coupe. You guys, there's a lot of stuff going on this winter that I'm definitely not going to drag my knuckles on. You know, I want 3 cars running in spring, and that's our goal. I'd be happy to at least have 2. So 387, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Me and Dave over at the shop were talking about this. Maybe it probably would be a good idea to run that motor naturally aspirated first. And we're trying to figure out a cost-effective way to do it without spending $700 on a set of 351 Windsor swap headers. I don't have a set. I don't think he has a set. I got a set I can borrow, I think, but I don't think they'll work. So we came up with the idea, okay, well, I got 2 driver's side turbo headers, and we're going to be putting a 387 in a black car probably in the next few months. Obviously, it's going to be put together and sealed up very soon, and you see a video about that. And I think that the best case scenario we should do is put 2 driver's side headers on, like turbo headers. I'll have one sticking out the back of the passenger side. Look kind of odd, but it'll be what it is. And then you have the driver's side one with a dump. You can run your O2s, and we can tune it naturally aspirated to see how much power it makes to the wheels. Obviously, super temporary because the hood won't even still be on the car yet. So I want to do that, I think, for content on the channel, because a lot of people were wondering what that 387 would make to the wheels anyways. And I'm kind of a little bit wanting to know that myself. It'd be a good time for us to break the engine in right there on the dyno and change the oil, because it's going to be snowing out. So it's going to be kind of hard to break it in right there. So let me know what you guys think. I think, you know, I'd like to do the naturally aspirated part of the 387 build, because it's been, you know, a lot of content here on the channel. And then we'll obviously put the turbo kit on it that's supposed to go on it and start making some power with it and see what it does. Good question. Let me get caught up here, guys. What's up, Troy Prescott? What's your question? Wrapped or unwrapped? Unwrapped. I never wrap my headers anymore. Crossover, charge pipe, anything that's in the engine bay that's not a turbo header, I'll wrap. Anyone have a 5-speed pedal assembly? You still plan on building Megatron? Yes, actually, when we get into we get into the spring next year, I want to cut the roof off and see if it'll fit in the hatch. Yeah, so I still want to. If worst case scenario we don't mess with Megatron, we might just give it away or something. Might just sell it or something. You know what I mean? But I definitely will do the fabrication to put a coupe top on a hatchback and it fit and look like a coupe. If that makes any sense. Super Day, man. I appreciate the $20 super sticker. Guys, I'm sorry I'm lagging behind here and missing some questions here. Compression is most overlooked, in my opinion. Lower compression cars don't make times at the track. When the tires hit, the motor needs to overcome. Suspension and tuning mean about 70% of being quick. That is for sure. What's up, Lamar? It's good to see you, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. How about a stick shift race bracket style with lower horsepower cars against higher horsepower cars? Well, they kind of already do that with NMRA, to be honest with you. That's kind of where, Damon, that's kind of where the problem, I mean, I wouldn't call it a problem, but that's kind of where the NMRA has been for a number of years. And we're hoping to maybe get a little bit of a different venue with that next year. We will be in Florida for the NMRA stick shift shootout in the end of February. We'll be at Norwalk, and we'll obviously be at Beach Bend. So if you guys see a stick shift shootout, want to come hang out and check out what Neo's doing, me and Dan Watts, SVT Dan, are going to probably be we're going to be at the same event just like we were this past year. You know, being a Tremec sponsor, I think it's important that, you know, if they're going to sponsor you, you should at least go to their events that they sponsor. You know what I mean? So, and Ford Takeover is on the map as well, but I don't do mod nats because I don't have a mod motor. So that's kind of all Dan and Skylar and such. So, and Jeff Smith. No issues with launching or carrying momentum and rotating assemblies between shifts. Greatly appreciated. I know it's got 152 and a shot on it. Well, nice. I was going to buy a 408 kit from LMR until I seen your budget build video. Guys, don't let me, definitely don't let me influence you to not go 393 or 408. I'm going to be honest with you. I think 408 is probably one of the best small block Ford stroker style builds. I know 427 is a badass, but I think the 408 is a little bit better in my opinion. But that's a terrible opinion because I don't have a 427. 427s are the, you know, pretty much the top tier, you know, 440. I think you can even go to like a 440 on those. It's pretty nuts. But I'm looking forward to maybe doing a 427 eventually, but that's what brings me into the whole twins thing we're going to talk about later on. But the budget thing has a lot of little quirks in it that a lot of people don't know. And we talked about them on the live stream. I mean, unless you have access to a good machinist that's willing to do a little bit of extra work to figure some things out that we've already kind of showed on the video, if they follow the video playlist in the format, then it's not going to be that big of a deal, because most likely you'll have to balance the actual balancer. Excuse me. You'll have to balance the front of the motor from the balancer like we did. But if you're building from scratch, just go with more cubes. That's correct. If you don't use a lot of timing on a cast crank with boost, it can handle a lot of power. Yeah, so we don't even plan on seeing that much power. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even going to lie to you, Turbo Man. I'm not, and the guy who asked the question about the cast crank, JG, I'm going to tell you, you know, the 387 is going in my street car, and it's going to have a Terminator. We'll probably end up doing the whole Terminator swap. We were going to do an adapter with it, but we decided to most likely just do the whole swap to begin with. So one of the Terminator X's will be in my street car, just so I could get used to to tuning, because I'm going to be driving it a lot next year. The Trooper Coupe is going to be a lot of race, a little bit of street, and the white car is just going to be the extra car that we have, I guess. I mean, I didn't plan to have all these cars, but it's good content for the channels, I think. So Pimp, not at all. Pop's lightweight aluminum flywheel has 11 pounds on it also. Glad to hear it. I'll keep my headers. Yeah, you're gonna get temps anyways. The one really crazy thing I think about with wrap on the headers is I think it fatigues the metal pretty quick. I actually had a good B&G turbo kit. And one of the problems that we had, we were running a little bit of timing. The timing was off, and you know the headers would glow red sometimes. And unfortunately, that's just I think my distributor was walking. Hanlin fixed that up for me when he sent me one of those distributor hold downs. But anyways, I had one of those. I had those headers wrapped on my 363 when it was in my black car, and it was kind of a bad idea because it ended up cracking the header up pretty good. And that was on the driver's side, so that didn't even have any bear weight from the turbo itself. Let me catch up here. What's up, William Lane? What's up, Silent One? 84 Fox. You should make one of them carb. We may end up doing that one day. 427. It's unfairly shrouds the intake valve. Okay. We just ran JJ the Ball strip over the weekend. The girl team is fast. Hell yeah, man. Did you have a good time? So let me give me 1 second, folks. You can keep asking questions if you like. No problem. I'll catch up with it. Like I said, the chat does lag about a minute or two, so isn't a problem. Andrew, check your email. We will be giving a banner away later on. I'm not real sure which one, though. Don't use header wrap because it traps moisture and causes metal fatigue. Listen, I was all about wrapping my headers and shit. I was all about getting engine temps out. You know, getting the heat out of the engine bay. I understand. I was all about it, guys. But the problem is, the crossover, sure, absolutely. Wrap what you can. Your charge pipe crosses any of those pipes or comes into your engine bay, man, go ahead and wrap them up too. Keep the heat out of them. But the turbo headers, you got to let them cool. You got to, if they're constantly on fire and they're trapped in that, you're going to smell the header wrap because, little do you know, they glow when they get a lot of heat into them. So I was a big advocate of wrapping this stuff, and I just changed my mind. I said, nah, I'm done with it. That's 63. Yes, sir. What's up, Jesse Costa in the house? Did you guys get to see the trailer? Like, I tried something new on the channel with the live stream setup. Did it show you guys a trailer when you were waiting? I just picked a random video. I think it was the one where me and Watts was at the Kunley breaking it down or whatever. Hell yeah, baby. Yo, Hanlin, how much to convert a T56 Magnum to faceplate? Okay, so I wouldn't faceplate 5 ever. And Hanlin doesn't faceplate anything anymore. So that would be a Liberty thing. Call and talk to Brad. Tell him Neo sent you. Ceramic coating is good, for sure. That 363 sounds killer, my man. Yes, sir. Silent one. Do you know Mike Ray's and Dayton Performance, which I do not. Twin turbo. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We got a little something to talk about. So anyways, now that I'm caught up a little bit, yeah, so the 408 went apart this weekend. We talked about the 387. The 387, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I should have actually put the question in the live stream chat. How do you guys feel about, the 387s going together like literally this week? It's one of my things to do. We got the push rods coming in. We got the cylinder heads going on. I want to seal the motor back up. I want to seal the motor up so I don't get no shit in it. So we'll wipe it out, clean it up, and, get it sealed up and ready. Because as soon as we put the intake on it, it's going down in the black car. So it's going to get painted up and cleaned up, whatever, and it's going down in the black car. So I can put the drive on. I got the TKX and everything still sitting over there on the floor. And I don't want to mess with, I don't like shit sitting on jack stands. So at least we can build from it and make some content on it. Because, I'm super excited to get that thing running to see what you guys think about it. But, I mean, what do you think about running an NA on the dyno to kind of break it in, just kind of get an idea what the power is-ish, and then we'll switch it to boost. It's a long story, but to be honest with you, it's just not something that, Bob and I'm pretty sure I can speak for them. They're just, it's not something that Bob wants to do anymore. He would always have to send the stuff out to get face plated, and he would put it together. But he doesn't even do repairs anymore. I've asked, trust me, I want, Bob Hanlin's been an inspiration in my channel and, in my life and business and whatever for a long time. So, when I even asked him to fix my 500 and he said no. So he just doesn't do it anymore. Neo, thank you for telling people not follow your specific builds. Helps you and others. Yeah, so like you must be talking about when I said, the 387 definitely is going to be a budget build. We've showed that here in our channel. But there's, like I said, there's a little bit of perks to that because I do have a good friend of mine who owns a machine shop. Obviously, I pay him full price for the most part. You got to appreciate your friend's business too. That's not something that, you take advantage of ever. But, he did donate quite a bit of work in that 387. Now, is it cost more than a normal build? No, but for what you could build a 393 for, it would be a little bit more money and it would be easier to put together, if that makes any sense. I just did this because I always wanted to run that. Can you set shorty headers with extensions to get them under the car? I was thinking that too. That's what Dave was talking about too. That's a good question, Troy. It's a good question. So we probably could just stick a couple shorty headers on there and just run extensions. I didn't even think about that. Good shit, man. Good shit, brother. Yes, the TKX is changing things for sure. Buying a notch for drifting, 302 or 351. Okay, so 351 has like big block mains. They're actually very big. I'm not going to pull the crankshaft over here. It's huge. But you can see how big. It's just a big ass main. It's 3-inch. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't, 351s don't really RPM, at least the production blocks. They don't RPM very well. You know what I'm saying? So I guess if you're going to build a drift car, 331 would probably be pretty badass. You could RPM a 331 pretty well. 347 you could, but whatever. 363 if you had the money to do it, definitely RPM. But I would stick to a Ford motor. You could also do a Coyote, bro. I'll tell you what, if you're going to be doing a 351 build or whatever, you could probably do a Coyote for like $3 grand. Or you can get one for $3 or $4 grand. Hang on a second. SVO in Cleveland, Maine for RPM and a 3. That's correct. So what Daniel Robinson, big shout out to Daniel Robinson. He is my Summit Tech. So appreciate you stopping in, Dan. Thank you so much. And he is correct. You know, when you go to an aftermarket block like a 351, you almost get like a choice too. You can go with an SVO or a Cleveland main, which is a smaller main than an actual production block. So you can get a little more RPM out of a 427 with the small mains, even a 408. You know what I mean? I can't do a whole lot of RPM on the 408 behind us because it just doesn't like it. It's just not the way it's built. Zero balance, yes. Hunter, we just talked about. I just talked about that on this video we just did. Zero balance, zero balance, zero balance. It's a forward motor. That's correct. So. Anyways, trying to wait for what's his name to get in here. So 408. So we disassembled. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys want to see this or not, but we disassembled the 408, and little did I know. See, I thought it had a custom camshaft in it, but it did not. It had a camshaft that I got from Dave several years ago when the guy made like 840 horsepower on a 347, and he wanted to switch up the cam because it wasn't exactly the best one he wanted. So we kind of went with what we had. The custom cams in the 363, that's built for that motor, so it's pretty badass. But yeah, it was an Isky cam. I don't think I've ever ran an Isky cam ever, or even owned one, to be honest with you. And, you know, you'll see this in the video. You'll see the numbers or whatever. It's the craziest shit ever. I'm just like, I started to pull the camshaft out to send the numbers over to Dave to see what the lift and stuff was. And it was just like, what the hell is this shit? My TKX and stock block 302 hold up very strong. Where Precious JJ the Boss out loves. Cool. That's what I'm doing with the dart block 333 stroker. That's what I'm going under pressure. Hell yeah. I got a stock block 302 on the stand. Think it's worth it to take it apart and balance it? Hell yeah. Let me rephrase that. So are you trying to balance the stock motor, or are you trying to balance something else? To balance the 302, I probably, for as much money as you're going to have in trying to get that thing to balance, you might as well just go ahead and get a zero balance rotating assembly and run like a 331 like we're talking about now. If you can afford it, because the zero balance is not cheap, because to get it, but it's definitely worth it. You know, you pretty much take most of the harmonics out of the engine, and harmonics kill engines, man. They just absolutely murder them. So, it just splits them right down the middle. I mean, consider the fact that, the 50-ounce front balancer and the 50-ounce flywheel, dude, that's like 3 pounds. Imagine that rotating on each end of your motor, and if it was off just a little bit, how much that would just unbalance your motor. That doesn't, building a motor, that doesn't bother you a little bit. Because I mean, if the balance isn't perfect, and things over time wear out, shit, my camshaft gear blew up. But zero balance, at least it's all internal and it's ran on the crank. So anything external, there's no, you know what I mean? The harmonics are from the crank itself. So. Ideas for a replacement exhaust system for header back. Stockers rotting out. So, I mean, I don't even really know what to say there, because I don't even know if they're even allowed to sell H pipes anymore or whatever. I mean, obviously an off-road exhaust would be pretty cool, but I don't even know what the rules are anymore for that. That's ridiculous. What's up, Shelby County? Good to see you, brother. You get that email, Andrew Hanlin? I've been waiting to ask, did you notice the 363 hit the tires any different than the 410? Yes. So this past weekend, we actually did end up going to, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, we went to a no prep. And let me tell you, it was a cold and rainy. I got taken out the first round by my good buddy Tyler Garlock, who has the Mopar driven SN95 Mustang. Car's super fast. And we just raced on pavement. Obviously, no prep is like, it's the pavement's like the equalizer. And that's what I like about no prep so much. But in this case, the 408 would have left the hole a little bit lazier. I don't know, a little bit lazier in RPM, and it probably would have stuck the tire a little bit better. The 363 definitely wants the RPM a lot more than the 408 does, which kind of helps me as a stick shift racer because I'm not shifting so fast. And with the transmission current setup that I have with the 297 first gear, it's not exactly an ideal transmission for that. So yeah, it definitely hits it harder. I fully expect the 363 with no weight in the car is definitely going to be a badass little unit. You know what I mean? So pipes, exhaust. Companies sell mid pipes in pieces, just can't buy the complete mid pipes. Okay, there you have it. Lock it up performance. William Lane. Wish you was in Knoxville drag wheel. What a stick shift can do. I appreciate that, William. We got that thing pretty set up. What up, Paul Huggins? Good to see you. We're going to add Andrew Hanlin to the house.
Yo.
What up?
Yo, you see me all right? I'm out in the garage tonight.
I see it really good, man. Actually, you see a lot better than you
I'm trying to get it off the jack stands.
You're getting it off the jack stands. That's all that damn matters, brother.
Every damn week that thing's on the jack stands.
Yeah, how did Foxtoberfest go, Shelby? I heard it was pretty good. It wasn't terrible. Huh? What's up, James Williams? It's good to see you, brother. So how was the weather? I didn't even get a chance. Guys, we would have the reason why we didn't go to Foxtoberfest, and I know a lot of people ask the question, hey, are you going to Foxtoberfest? I don't make enough money to be able to travel like all over to all these events. I want to go to them all. Like we went to Chocolate Fox, it's like $2,000 every time we go out of town. And I try to use what I can make on YouTube to go to these events. And we went to Chocolate Fox. We went to Ford Takeover. We went to NMRA for our Tremec sponsor, and we just, to be honest with you, I coach, and my kids, I just couldn't. My son plays, he plays football in high school, and my daughter plays volleyball. So it's kind of hard to I had already taken that one weekend off, and I had to kind of make a decision this year that I would have loved to went to the show. I always enjoyed the show the 2 years that I went, and I was looking forward to this one too, but I just couldn't make it. It's just wasn't in the cards with the fam. So you got to balance family time and money. Like I talk about that all the time. And it's unfortunate, man.
Big facts.
So
yeah. A lot of people don't consider that, man. It's time, it's money. It's, time away from your family. I don't know about anyone else, but I got 2 young kids, so it's tough, But
which 408 stroker kit do you use and what's the horsepower rating? I'm debating buying a kit, but I feel it's rated 1200 based on what you're getting out of it. So we run a K1 Tech, but it'll be in the video that you guys are going to see this week. So I went over pretty good.
What up, Lamar?
What up, Lamar? Family first forever.
That's right.
Pretty good. Got me a bunch of parts. I heard the swap meet was pretty fire.
Yeah, I saw a couple Facebook posts. Some guys cashed in good. I think one guy got a whole dash kit for like $50. So
I'll take 10. I love that.
I mean, I'm not looking for a dash, but that's a pretty good score, I think.
That's a very good score.
So what's new, man?
So I saved this topic to figure you was going to come in here. So we talked about the 408, which I'm going to be in the video. We talked about the 387. We talked about going NA. Actually, Troy guy here in chat came up with a really good idea. Why don't we just put 2 shorty headers on it, which I have like 10 sets of them. You just throw a little half-ash H-pipe piece, run it naturally aspirated because I could probably get it to fit on a 351. It'll be loud, man. It'll be like open header, but I want to be able to try to do a naturally aspirated pulls on the dyno and get the motor broken, because being the 387's a big content thing here on the channel. It's just an idea I came up with this motor. People are going to want to see what that thing makes NA, and then we'll turn it over to boost and see what happens. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be pretty fire content, you know?
Yeah. Do you, it's, what's his name? Is it Dave? The engine builder. I forget his name.
Yeah, Dalkey. Dave Dalkey, yep.
Dalkey. Yeah, Dave. Okay. Does he have an engine inertia dyno that you can put it on?
No, we thought about that too. The guys that he know that does the engine dynoing, they would want like $2,000 to do that. And there's just
engine dyno?
Yeah, they want a lot of money.
No kidding.
So I'm hoping to see. To be honest with you, I'm hoping to see on the 387. It should make about 400 wheel on a Mustang dyno. That's pretty decent. You know what I mean? It's not exactly a Coyote number, but it should make 400 wheel, like 475 torque ish, naturally aspirated ish. We'll see. You know, but that's not too bad considering how budget it was and what we had in it.
Why don't you get it done and I'll take it home and put it on the engine dyno?
And do you have one?
Mm-hmm. Access to one. I'm actually trying to figure out how to put a mod motor on there. You know, because mine runs off of a control pack. So if I can figure out how to basically transfer the control pack from my car to the engine dyno, I'm going to start playing around with that and see if I can start playing around with, you know, the dyno or the motor on the dyno itself instead of doing a chassis dyno.
So we have a question. How good is a 351 D6 OE rod? I've seen mixed opinions on how good stock 351 really are. They already have ARP bolts. I would run them. I mean, ARP bolts and stock 351 crank will be used as well. I've read, 351 Windsor don't go over 3-inch main, or excuse me, 6,500. That's about it. 6,400. Be done with it. So, what else were we going to talk about? So,
I didn't tell you. I figured out why the car wouldn't refire Friday night, by the way.
Why was it? So tell them what you did.
So I went to the track and sucked like usual.
Well, let me preface this. He's been trying to get this car off the jack stands. He blew his Coyote motor up end of last year. He bought another motor. He took it apart. It was kind of trashed a little bit. He ended up fixing it, him and Dad. It's been a long road for him.
Guys, the struggle's been real. I mean, but here you go. This is what we did Friday night. Let's see if we can do that. I don't know if you can.
Come up.
Sorry. There we go.
It's hard to focus it. There you go. Right there. Stop. 1021 at 100. Oh, there you go. Come up a little bit. Stop a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Nice. 1021 at 130. She flying, boy.
Getting there. So, hey, man, I have real life problems just like everyone else. My stuff is not all, you know, butterflies and daisies. I don't know. But we've been struggling, and it's dumb stuff. You know, I had a wiring gremlin for no reason. I had an MSD two-step gremlin for no reason. Ended up destroying a second gear faceplate and a 1-2 slider, as well as breaking an interlock off the rail on the trans. Went the complete opposite direction on the clutch adjustment and ended up burning it up. Happens, you learn. Got that all dialed in, and I think we went, it was like, what, 2 weeks ago? We went 1019 at 131, 132, something like that. And then and that was kind of like the best part of the whole night, because I also had a driver's side window quit that same night too. I think I told you about that. It's just dumb luck every week, no matter what. But no matter what. So anyway, we got everything ironed out. We went to the track this past Friday. We were hoping to finally get into the 9s. made our first pass with putting the clutch tamer back in, and we made a big jump on that. And the car actually left really nice. I mean, it's not the best 60-foot because our local track on a Friday night, it's not really the best prepped. And I'm working with old tires too, so no excuses. But you know, usually we're, you know, bottom 360 foots. We were, I think, what, 141 60 foot, so we were a little off.
There's a 9-second pass in the middle of that 60.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, so I mean, like, and then the other thing too is we're also learning, you know, basically the whole suspension all over again. We made a big change over the winter. We got rid of the strange 10-way single adjustables, and we put Viking double adjustables, you know, front and rear. So that's also kind of a little bit of a learning curve. So I think we're close.
Trying to perfect that.
What's that?
I said I spent the whole year. I told you guys here on the channel. I'm spend the whole year perfecting my suspension.
Yeah, I mean, we're close. I mean, we matched our personal bests off the trailer a couple weeks ago from last year. So we went a 1019 last year at a prep surface at Rockingham, and then we did a 1019 this year with the new motor. You know, basically off the trailer, and that was without a tamer. So we put the tamer in Friday night, and you know, we're trying to get that set. It's kind of, if anyone knows what they are, they got two settings. You got initial hit, and then you got the delay. I think we got the initial hit great because it launched really nice. It came out a hole hard. And it was actually just a little bit of too much clutch slippage, we think. We were actually, Pops was just over here. We were looking at the data log, and so we actually were going to make a little adjustment for pacemakers when we come up. So
let me talk about that for a second. So we have my man Andrew and Zach coming into town.
Friday.
Detroit foxbody. Is that D? I think that's him.
What's that?
I can find that question out for you, D. I think that's D right there. Detroit foxbody cornfed. Anyways, this Saturday, weather looks good. Don't want to jinx it. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at it real quick, Andrew.
Fingers crossed. I'm due for some good luck, man.
So Mount Vernon Saturday looks not good. No.
Stop.
Oh, okay. So it's only a little bit. It's barely anything in the morning. We'll be fine.
It's early. Yeah, the weather's going to change like 15 times anyway.
So let me answer this real quick. And are all 302 blocks the same? Meaning what? Like deck height, main size, pistons? What are you talking about? Casting. So Friday, Andrew's coming into town, and we're trying to go to test and tune on Dragway 42 on Friday night to make sure that his car possibly, that's what we're trying. That's what I'm trying to get him to do. Saturday is going to be, if you guys remember, the Tremec box is sitting here, right here. Am I pointing at it?
Yep.
That Tremec box right behind me is a sponsor box from Tremec, and we did a stick shift no preps like point series here in Ohio, where we did 10 races, which 2 of them got canceled, and there's like a point series. So you guys got to run over to Neomustangs on Facebook. We've got it all pinned up there, and you can see the points leaders or whatever. But long story short, I've been preaching at Andrew all year, like, listen, you need to try no prep. It's not what you think it is. So I told him, I said, if there's anyone you're going to go to, it's Quaker or no prep or pacemakers. And we've done a video, we've done a couple runs and a couple videos on pacemakers already. So long story short, he's coming in Friday night. We're going to try to test the car Friday night at our local track. And then Saturday, we're heading down to pacemakers with Andrew in a couple of new faces. So it's going to be quite a crowd down there for stick shift. And that box, you will not see this box next Sunday when we do a live stream.
That's a giveaway.
That's the giveaway. That's the final race for the giveaway. So right now, My buddy.
That's gonna be sorry to interrupt. That's gonna be a tight race. I think you got what? Cody Hartman and
They're
Tyler
3 points
Garlock.
away from each other. 3 points away from each other.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be some good racing. And
there's definitely some people that's coming, bro.
That's right. And then you get clowns like me coming in there, maybe play spoiler.
Right. You mentioned tunes being very similar on your 408 and 363, which makes it seems like the Terminator X, you could run the same tune on nearly any boosted. Right. So the Terminator X is going to adjust that anyways. And it's, there's really no reason for me not to have a Terminator X on my car, to be honest with you. But we were mid-season and we were, I'm not going to switch a complete harness and I'm not going to switch do a whole new tuning setup just for us to, to have to do a complete learning curve as it is. So I appreciate that, fam. Is there more traction at no prep than prep tracks? It gets that way. It depends on which one you go to.
Depends on how well the track prep is.
What up, Dan? You should be here live streaming with us, brother. You should.
I texted that fool and I told him to come over to your place.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him in here. I've been trying to smack the clutch and tiers and so much variables with temp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm ready to see the Warren Woods. So Warren Woods is possibly doing his stick shift class next year. It's probably going to be pretty big. I'm not going to lie to you. I asked because I feel like I could use the tune from my Vortec 3. That's going to be quite a bit of a different displacement. Like the 363 and the 408, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two motors as far as fuel. They do make power in different scenarios. And obviously they make, I had 2 different turbos on it. So actually I had the same one. It had 2 different turbo kits. So it was a little bit different. If anything, it was lean. If I'd had the other turbo kit on the 363, which was the B&G, it would have probably been almost the same or close. That's where we start. When we start tuning, that's where we start our base tune at. What you doing, Dan?
Is he gonna be like, knock, knock, I'm here?
Yeah, right? You did that last time. I was like, what is he doing? What are you doing? What are you working on, bro? What you doing? You doing some nut and bolt check for this weekend?
That's what I'm doing.
So he just got like, it's the crazy. Did I actually show that? I should show this. I'm gonna show it again. Oh shit! I gotta pull my other one out. Hold on, I gotta pull that thing out of my bag.
He needs to come out with part 2 on his video, by the way.
Yeah, where's my part 2, bro?
Come on, bro.
People be watching that shit and you ain't doing it, bro. You're failing us all. Failing us all, man. We're trying to follow you on some content. And you're not letting it happen, bro. Killing me. Tell him, Andrew. Right? Am I wrong?
That's right.
Secondary fuel pumps on the Holly. Okay. So are you doing the fuel pump setup? But time press and pulley should be a lot. I mean, I feel like you're right.
Working on the struggle bus just like me. Yep. Facts. Yeah. So I started telling you what happened Friday night. So I made a pass, right? And get to the end of the track. And I think within my tune, I don't tune my own stuff yet. I know how to, but I'm pretty positive that my tuner turned off the correction factor in my tune.
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of the run, my car usually shuts off. So as soon as I go through a straight, I push the clutch in. I always keep it in gear. I don't put it in neutral, which a lot of people, that's a little fun fact. You should always keep it in gear. Just push the clutch in, never pop it in neutral. In case if you ever get in a situation, you can always, release the clutch and it'll go back and, start bringing the motor down, slow it down a little bit. But anyway, I always push the clutch in and the motor shuts off because the correction factor is turned off, I believe. So usually I'll get to the end of the track. I pull on the return road. I'll take off my helmet, my gloves, on the suit, blah, blah, blah. And I'll, fire it up and start going back. AKA it didn't fire. I don't know why. We went through, we finally pulled it back. We're going through everything. I pulled my switch panel apart. I started looking at my clutch switch, thinking that maybe the wire came undone. We started checking fuses, relays, blah, 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 blah. Literally checked everything. I'm like, all right, I give up. We loaded up and went home. Get back here, found one relay that went bad.
Are you serious?
Yep, that's yours. Fire's right up now. So that's the struggle bus, but hey, what are you going to do? It's racing, right?
You're 100% right.
So back on the jack stands, double check stuff, and then we're back at it.
That's right.
So,
what is he doing? What are you doing? This is Dan Watts, bros.
Hey man, you got one of them Hanlin T56 short throws?
Yeah, man, right here. I just had a short throw. It was all good.
Oh, hot dog, man.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. I'm gonna go race car racing. I'll see you. All right, brother.
Notice what his sign says. Not homeless, just This has to be one of the funniest shit that's happened to me in months. So to preface this, Dan Watts actually has a Hanlin T56 short throw on his transmission. You guys know I run the T56 short throw on my faceplate on my other T56, and then I have their TKX version of pretty much the same thing. So Hanlin decided to pick up Dan as a mini sponsor for his car and get things rolling, whatever. And I actually had a spare that Bob actually modified for me and fixed it. And he had his transmission down. I'm like, you need to put this shifter in and shit. So he's just like, well, are you coming by? He works over, and long story short, we're on our way to the race the other weekend. And he says, bring your camera. I got this shit going on. I think I showed this last weekend, but this is just
What
funny.
is he doing?
I mean, he was parked on the exit. First of all, what the are you doing? All the people beside him are like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I had no idea what he was doing. What are you doing, bro? I love it. So anyways, yeah, it was pretty cool. Let me remove it. How do I remove this now? Oh, I almost kicked you, bro. Whoops. I don't know why that moved that. You still there?
yeah.
And you thought it was going to be water balloons, bro. Come on. My truck needed a bath anyways.
Yeah, I'm looking for a screw. Is he still coming, or is he going to sissy out?
What, are you talking about pacemakers?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's going to pacemakers.
All right, that's a boy. If I'm driving 6.5 hours out there, you better be there.
Now I just got to get a 10-point and a parachute. You guys at MRA next time. Now that I hit them 590. You hit it 595, son? I love it. What up, Gabe Large in the house? What up, Stick Shift, homie? It's good to see you, brother. He's like, oh, I'm going. I can see him saying that shit. And he laughed. Oh, I'm going. No, I'm not making fun, bro. He almost hit me with a gas can when we were putting gas in his generator one time. Now he was holding it over his head. It was the craziest shit ever. Because it was one of them pump ones that you could pump like a I don't know, whatever. That's pretty good. That's good, man. 595, brother.
Hell yeah.
Bob Scheid is adding Dan Watts to the crew. He 100% is. Jeff. There's an inside joke to Jeff. William Lane is Jeff, by the way. It's a good joke to that.
My name is Jeff.
What?
My name is Jeff.
So, anyways, so this weekend is going to be our last no prep stick shift race. Like I said, we're giving away the Tremec box this weekend. I'm not sure yet, but I think my Mike Kidd, the Tremec rep, is going to be there. I'm not sure yet of his schedule. I'm hoping, I'm leaning towards it. Hoping that he's there. But nonetheless, we got a points race to finish, and we got a T56 to give away. And that's what I tried to change some shit here in Ohio. I'm not gonna lie to you. I try to kind of spice it up a little bit with stick shift stuff. try to draw, bigger crowds for it, by doing a points race. But I mean,
It'll come.
I don't know. It's kind of tough, man. I mean, giving away that box is like $3,500. And between 8 races, that's like $425 on a pot for the points that you win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what though? It'll come. Just be patient. You're setting the bar, and people are noticing. I actually was a little shout out to what's his name, Steve Higgins. He's good friends with John Leslie Jr. and he used to race factory stock with me as well. He's going to be running no prep next year, and I think him and possibly John Leslie Jr., since they're kind of close by, are going to start coming out your way too. So now you're going to have 2 more Coyote cars coming out.
What my whole goal with the stick shift racing was to bring, a lot of buzz around it. And the one thing that always created a lot of buzz was giving away a transmission or money on the pot, which, big shout to Tremmick and McLeod this past NMRA. They did listen to the racers and they said, hey, we're going to throw 1,000 in the pot. We're both going to do it with a contingency. And then, Dan, one of our sponsors, ended up winning. So big shout to him once again. But nonetheless, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Instead of it being like an NMRA event, it would just be kind of this, I think my white car got the nickname the Ditch Witch this past weekend or this past NMRA because everybody had all these nice cars and my shit just looked like a no prep car.
Mm-hmm. That
it was nice. My white car was nice. Huh?
That and your
You're breaking up on me, brother.
landscaping trailer.
Yeah, my landscaping. So yeah.
It's because I'm out in the garage. The landscape trailer.
You're actually it's the signal's not terrible right now. It seems to be holding pretty good, which is good.
Really?
Last time you were in the garage, it was terrible. But here's the thing: is if your wife or children streaming anything, it's gonna slow you down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta make sure they're just watching.
Yeah, she's streaming a football game, I think, or a baseball game. That's it. She's in baseball. Whatever.
What drag radio do you use? QTPs. If you can get a Radio Pro to stick, definitely probably my next. I tried to do them, but I didn't mess with them too much anymore. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to see what now for you guys that don't know, Bob Scheid is the ambassador, or he is the I think he's vice president. McLeod might be wrong.
Yes, yeah, Wharton Group, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, I
Or
don't
something
want
like
to say one thing that he's not. Whatever, he's pretty high up in McLeod, but he was
Yes.
he was at NMRA with he's gave $1,000 towards the pot. And even though Dan Watts did not have a McLeod clutch in his car per se, McLeod still ended up paying the $1,000 bounty on it. So that was really cool of him.
Oh, that's cool.
So is a Coyote swap cheaper than doing a dart block now? Yes.
Yes.
Dart
Guys,
block,
if I told you what I had in my Coyote swap, you wouldn't believe me.
what do you have in your Coyote swap? Because now that you said it, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that on a live stream because people are gonna be like, "All right, well, how much you spending that, bro?" We'll talk about that for a minute. Coyote swap.
All right, but mine's different though. It's a race car, so hold on.
Well,
give me a sec here.
Purposely built for sure. I probably wouldn't move too much.
Well, that has nothing to do. Huh?
I probably wouldn't move too much with your phone.
It should be all right. Hold on.
Hopefully it doesn't kick out.
Give me a sec. So you gotta remember, mine's a race car. So I don't have power steering. I don't have power brakes. I don't have AC. I don't have heat. And don't laugh because it works. But my radiator is off of a 95 Honda Civic. So yes.
Cool.
So it's only half the size.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can you still see a text message?
If I click on chat, sure.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question real quick.
So to answer the question, I bought my Coyote motor, which is a Gen 2 truck motor last year for $1,000. And I put roughly, no, there's
Hang on,
not.
answer that question real quick so I don't interrupt you.
Yeah, no, there's not.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
But yeah, about $1,000 on the truck motor, and I
Flip
put
the phone around.
maybe.
Flip the phone around. Show them up.
Hold on. I gotta lift the phone or lift the hood up here. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I had onto it. Zeus fasteners. And I think I put about $2,000 ish in parts in. I think I got oil pump gears, timing chain gear, new timing chains, new phasers, Mustang cams, ish,
So on
something
a
like that.
Coyote swap, on a
About
Coyote
$3,000,
swap, you got about $3,000 in that motor.
give or take. Yeah, about $3,000.
So on a Coyote swap, depending on what generation it is, you most likely have to do like cams.
You don't have to so I did, because if you do a control pack, like a Ford control pack, it runs off of the Mustang timing. Mustang timing system. So since it was a truck motor, I had to put the Mustang cams in it, so that way it was off the Mustang timing. If you run a Holly system or do the power by the hour setup, you don't have to change cams, if I remember correctly. I think you could leave it alone and then time around it because it uses, either or. But I know the Ford Performance Control Pack has to use, Ford timing, so that's why I changed the cams. Plus, the cams are worth a little bit of power too. So yeah, and then the control pack. Now I also got a really good deal on it, but I have all said and done probably less than $4,000 in everything. So
that's crazy. And then a dark
and that's number
like 2,500, $3,000.
Yeah, and now the new motor for this year I bought for $2,000, and I was actually able to transfer over a lot of the parts from last year's motor. So like my timing gear, my oil pump gears, none of that actually got hurt. Same thing with my cam phasers, my VCTs, all that stuff. I was actually able to transfer over. So
let me do this one real quick, William. Well, that's.
give me a
You
second.
have pretty good direct contact with Bob. We got to get him as an ambassador. We got to get him set up. I know Watts is still listening, so we need to get him with Krista and get his get his sponsorship set up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, did my man just say 1K? Yes, you got to now. Need mind you, he had to go through the motor because there was a little bit of an issue with it. Not too much. Had to freshen it up. But it's I've seen the Coyote motors prices go skyrocket for sure. You know what I mean?
I mean, deals are out there. I mean, like I said, the original motor I bought for $1,000 off of some guy in Marketplace. I probably should have went through it, but I didn't.
Yeah. John says Northeast around here for 1,000. You ain't getting nothing like that around here. There was a guy that actually had a lower mileage Mustang motor. I don't even know if he still has it. My buddy Jim he probably sold it, but they wanted $4,000 for a Gen 3 Mustang motor.
Yeah.
So
reality, I think that'd be cheap. If I could figure out how to turn this around. Hang on. Nope.
I've seen a Dart 8.2 deck for sale lately for $4,200. Are you talking about just the block itself? Excuse me.
Hold on. I got to figure out how to flip the camera around.
Man, hit that like, boys. I said 70 people in here. Give me that thumbs up, folks. Helps grow the channel.
Oh, hang on. Front facing.
Damn.
Oh, there we go. Is that better? There we go.
That's cool.
Sorry, it took me a minute to figure it out. So there you go. Let's see if I can turn it like that. Does that work?
Leave it right there. Leave it straight up. That's dope. No, don't turn it.
Hey.
Whatever you're doing right now. So that's your Gen 1 motor, Gen 2 motor converted to Mustang. Basically, right?
No, this is an actual this one now is a Gen 2 Mustang motor now.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a Gen 2
it's
Mustang
fresh,
motor.
too. And it's fresh too.
Yes.
So
Yep.
it's all we're doing is doing clutch team bullshit, and then it's full sending it.
Yep. So look, there's a little Honda Civic radiator. And then I call this a snorkel. There's a couple little things I got to do yet. But yeah, manual brakes, there's literally nothing. I actually, I haven't put it on yet, but the only thing right now I'm pulling is the water pump. That's it. And that's actually going to change because I have don't mind the mess here. I have a brand new electric water pump that just came in the mail the other day.
So what you guys are
it's
seeing
going
here
to
is
be a bracket mount.
purposely built, was with a factory stock, Coyote stock car. And what Andrew's trying to do is, instead of running Coyote stock or factory stock with this car, which he still could if he wanted to, he's going to take the weight out of it, transfer the weight to certain parts of his car, and he's going to come no prep with this all next year and stick shift. Or most of the year.
So let me get a light in here. It's kind of dark, but
so
this is what we've been playing with. Come on. Stay. Oh, sorry. There we go. I'll just hold it that hand. So there's a clutch tamer if anyone's looking. Sorry to light.
So is that clutch tamer actuated first, second, third, or does it pop after first?
No, well, for my car, since I have a G101, I don't use the clutch. So the only time I use the clutch is to initially start it and to leave, and that's it. So this is basically like a screen door shock. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but there's a screen door shock right here, and that hooks to your clutch pedal right there. And then this knob here sets the initial hit, and then this here is the delay. So right now I had one turn, and now I turned it out. So
right now, folks. So how does this? So a tamer works to one of the problems that stick shift cars have is shocking the tires too fast. So what a tamer does is, with a good centered iron or even a good ceramic like a twin RXT like we run, when you set the delay on the tamer, it'll actually ride your clutch out because it's like a little hydraulic shock. It'll ride your clutch pedal out and let it slip some. That way you don't shock your tires. It's actually really good for radials. So
there you go. If we can see, this is what we were looking at this morning or a little bit ago.
What is
Hold on.
With Honda Raider.
So this is my data log. So this was Friday night's run. And I don't know if I could zoom in. There you go. So this is basically my leave right here. So I had it set to 5,000 RPM for the launch. And this is initial hit right here. So I had about
half a second.
About a half a second ish. Of slippage. And then it locked up, when I hit first gear here.
That's second.
Hit second gear at 7,800 RPM. She pulled hard. Pulled the motor down, which is a little too much. I think I might have to raise that up a hair, with some RPM, because it pulled it down to about 5,500. Hit third gear, and that was about. Actually, I was a little closer on my shift. I have it set to 7,600. I hit it at 77, so it was a little late.
So it acts like an in-car adjustable slipper clutch. That's correct.
Yep. So
I just do it with my foot. I'm pretty good at it.
There it is.
Okay. Did it to y'all takeover? What?
Yeah, it's because I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but not there. That's all right.
You'd have just got trailered.
Yeah, probably. After all the struggling that we did this year, you ain't wrong.
Nah.
That's all right. We're working out all the struggles now for next year.
That's right, because we gotta. Like I said, I'd like to. If I get the blessing to do the stick shift points race again next year, we're gonna change the venue up a little bit on all the races. We're going to have a good selection of races. I think at least the ones that D Team is doing, they have their own schedule that they're doing, and then they have races that they do for other people. So I might add those races because I want to, you know, collaborate with Stripper Glitter and D Team. And, you know, if they're like Uncaged might be one that's a back half, but it's always a really good, fast back half. You know what I mean? So it'd be just to change it up a little bit. Cause you know, some of the people that might be running in the points race are better at back halving. Like Gabe Large, he was a monster at Uncaged. Like he was just unstoppable on the back half, you know, and if he was in our point series, he may not be as fast on the front half as like a Tyler Garlock who runs like, you know, 570s, you know what I mean? So it's a good equalizer. I liked playing with the different surfaces because in no prep, the surfaces are the greatest equalizer. And there's a lot of really good tracks in Ohio. So, you know, as far as wrecking is concerned and as far as the venue and stuff, you always have a good time and it's always safety first.
Hang on real quick. So Jimmy asked a question because I get asked this all the time. So his question was, will that little Honda radiator actually cool? So good question. Hang on. Let me see. Oop.
Oh, he's gone. Give him a second. He'll be back. Anyways, we're going to talk about twin what here in just a second because I did want to get Andrew's. We've talked about this on the channel. I did want to get Andrew's opinion on it. You're back.
My bad. I hit the wrong button.
All right.
Where is it? Settings. Here it is.
Did you end up getting, hold on. Did you end up getting a video together for Labor Day Mayhem? No, we didn't. Mayhem never happened. It got canceled. Oh. Yes. I have one half done. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Labor Day at Lucky's.
Okay.
It's kind of a video that's kind of expired, but I'm going to bring it out and show everybody in the next month or two, just to kind of promote the track.
Okay, so I'm able to obviously log as many sensors as I have hooked up. So I have engine RPM, dry shaft RPM, clutch RPM, oil pressure, water temp. I think that's all I have hooked up at the moment. I'm working on a couple others. But to answer your question, water temp. My max water temp, and that's at the end of the run, 156 degrees.
Wow.
So I think I started to run at 134. By the end of the run, it was 156. So
that's cool, Troy.
Yeah.
We need to take care of each. Okay. Hell yeah, dude, William. Sounds like Mr. Andrew needs relays with pop-up flags. Glad he got it fixed. Yeah. All right, so discussion time. And this is what I've been talking about, and this is why I stuck it in the thumbnail. You know, we got the Trooper Coupe coming out next year. So it's going to be the type of stick shift car that I'm going to build that's going to be better than any of the other ones that I've had or owned. And I went to NMRA this past, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And I've always been a big fan of my buddy Mike Niehaus. So considering the fact that he's got twin turbos on his 331 and his car's an absolute monster to beat in the stick shift class, as you guys know here in the channel, we got two 7675 precision ball bearing turbos. They're identical. Big shout to Precision Turbo. They took care of us on a couple of the rebuilds. As you know, the white car's engine ate the one turbo, but it ended up fixing it. So it got me thinking, well, if the 363 is going to get refreshed and put back down in the Trooper Coupe, why wouldn't I just put a twin turbo setup on it? And I've been really, really debating this because I actually have multiple housings that I could put on it to make it spool quick. They're both ball bearing 76 millimeter turbos. I really think with the headers that I have on the 363 in that white car now, I could just build up to it and make two little bullhorn fender exit mounts. What do you think, Andrew? You think what I'm worried about doing? I'm not worried about making power. I'm not worried about going fast. The car's innately going to do that. It's controlling it. And the one thing I don't want to do is create a stick shift car that's just going to literally drive out of my own friends and competition. And that can happen. The stick shift is a niche class, like hard tire and big tire. And like, there's legitimately like a time frame at some point that your stick shift car makes too much power that you can't turn it down too much. And you can't turn it down to race with other people and have fun. And in no prep racing and in the stick shift racing that I've been doing all year, I feel like we found something that we could be part of, that, we do a lot of shit here on the channel with the black car and the white car and such. And I enjoy the shit out of it. And it's competitive, and I lose all the time. I win often. I lose often. It is what it is. But I'm having a good time doing it. And that's what I kind of want to preach to you guys here on the channel. It's just like, I'm kind of worried. I have the shit to make my Trooper Coupe go fast. And I have the turbos. I have the turbo kit. I don't have a whole lot that I'd have to do to make it even faster. But at some point, when do I stop trying to go faster? And that's something that I think we all struggle with here on, just in the car genre in general. It's just like, people are going to try to go 590s next year, and I'm trying to go 550s. You know what I mean? And it's just like, at that point, have I tried to do too much to grow the class that I literally can't be part of it anymore? Do you see what I mean? So that's a legitimate. Now I don't want to make it seem like it's like I'm going to make a bunch of power and I have to go slow now. But I mean, the car's only going to weigh 2,400 pounds. And if I put 2 turbos on it and a 363 stroker, it's going to be fast regardless, just because the combos just works. And that's the one reason why I'm keeping my white car the way it is. And this motor right here is going to get refreshed and put back in very soon. Is like, the white car is always going to be like my fallback car. Like, it's going to be, I've had so much fun in that car. I trust that car. I know it goes straight. I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, I really want to do twins because I have 2 turbos. I mean, what am I going to do with 2 turbos that are the same turbo? And I think that would be, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you should do it, bro.
Put the turbos where the fog lights go. So, I mean, considering the fact that the front half of the strut tower forward, obviously, if you've been following the channel, you know that the Trooper Coupe had real bad fender bend. It was crooked there. I really think that, putting a turbo on each side, I could use the existing headers that we already have from the Big Dog Fab. We can just put up 2, I don't know, 2 crossover pipes or whatever, lead up to the turbo, up to the flange, and just I don't know. It'd be a pretty easy setup. Twins are a game changer. I'd love that route with tailpipes. So, I mean, yeah, that's the way my buddy's got it set up. He's got it set up with tailpipes coming out the back, but I don't know if I'd want to, put anything out the back of the car like I did the white car. I don't know if you see how much flames come out from my 2-step. So we'll probably just do 2 fender exits.
Yeah, how about it, Gabe?
Right. Trust me, we all behind Grub. That's right. And it's just like, I'm not trying to race outlaw stuff like that. I want to race no prep on back halves. I want to race no prep on front halves. I want to hang out with stick shift friends and do stick shift shit. If the car's too fast, nobody's going to want to race with you because you're just like, it's nothing against what I'm doing, but it's just like, bro,
you drive yourself out of competition.
We talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a legitimate issue that I'm kind of worried about. You know what I mean? So I think what we might do, the Trooper Coupe's obviously going to get some of the, the banger parts, pretty much all of them here on the channel. And at least what we could do with the Trooper Coupe is like FL2K, because that's on our list next year. We can take it to the NMRAs and run the 850 stuff, because I'm not putting an 850 plus cert in it. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting a funny car cage in it. So, I mean, we could do stuff like that. You know what I mean? I could bring it to Ford Takeover. You know what I mean? And then I could still, run the ditch witch through the and no prep race stuff. Someone will do it if you don't, but it's the nature of the competition. It's true.
That's right.
So, I mean, I would still use the Trooper Coupe as kind of like, hey, this is what I can accomplish, and this is what we have accomplished on the channel, with the stick shift car. But, I want it to look really nice, but I want to be able to race it. But, I don't think it'd be that, it wouldn't be the type of car that I would bring on like a back half of a race. You know what I mean? I got the white car set up pretty good for that. And with the 408 coming back out fresh next year, with the bigger AGP turbo, the 80 millimeter, I think it's going to be plenty competitive on stuff like that.
Big power.
If you have twins, you can actually have dual exhaust. Yes, you can have dual exhaust anyways, but would love to use a 9.2 deck. What the lower was that? What do you say? We can all be competitive with no prep stick shift racing. The 4-second cars won't come to that. That's correct.
No,
that's what I'm trying to keep myself out of. I'm trying to keep myself. I'm just trying to go 550s. I'm not even lying to you. 560s. I'm happy with that. That's fast as that's an 8-second car.
Mm-hmm.
8 seconds. Hell, boy. Huh?
Gabe, what are you doing next weekend? Come out.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to bring some of his friends up, man. Let's bang some gears one more time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last one. You know, I try to tell everybody, I try to promote as best I can. This is the last stick shift no prep race of the year for us in D team here in Ohio. So I mean, it's they don't just run their schedule; they run 5 or 6 or 8 other schedules too. So, but I think everybody's pretty much done. I mean, they're just the weather's just shit. You know what I mean? It's going to be cold this weekend too, brother. So
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared either. You know what I mean?
I'll stand this bitch up on the back bumper. I don't care.
Why are twins better than a single? There really isn't a reason for that. But I know with the 276s, I could make plenty of power. I'm kind of limited on my turbo right now. That's one of the problems I have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, my 7675 has done its job. You know, I put 2 big cube motors on it, and it spools quick and it's out the door. But I think
tongue's hanging out.
Its tongue's hanging out at about 800 feet. So we're going to build this one the correct way. We're going to put the big turbo, the 80 millimeter on the white car, though. It's going to be pretty badass. Badass.
Fast, eh, boy?
No joke, no prep here at home. I have a rain check here, expecting 15 to 20 stick shift cars 8 miles from my house. Oof.
There you go.
No, you won't. What, Dan?
You won't.
I'm trying to get a 9-second quarter pass this year before the weather closes and on my bone stock 351. So you got a roller in that, Troy, or is that like a cast piston older hydraulic or flat tappet? That's a good question to ask. Hail to the yes. Oh, let's
Oh, I know what I just thought of. Hang on real quick. For Dan.
go ahead.
Danny Watts. Hang on.
Are you gonna play the circle game with him?
No. You ready, Danny Watts? Here we go. What you know about that boy? What you know about that boy?
Oh, look. Hey, tell him what that is, dude.
I already did. I've been texting him. Here, we'll come back in an hour. I'll still be spinning.
No, tell the people what that is.
It's not ceramic bearings. I get asked that all the time.
Bro.
Your boy don't have $1,000 for ceramic bearings.
Now, this guy makes me a little bit nervous.
What?
I found that on my floor.
What is it?
It's a freaking lock.
Oh,
All right,
cool.
what's missing locks?
There it is.
Here we go again.
There it is.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Lamar, you better check your motor.
Better check my motor.
You better check that Ford motor.
All right, figure it out.
What do you got?
Hey, I need some more. I need some more banners, homie.
I got you. Actually, I got a pile of them somewhere.
No, I don't think 94 rollers had cast pistons, Troy. Pretty sure they were hypers. Because I think roller blocks 94, 95, 96, 97. Because they carried the TE cam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, how many you need?
I need like 6, bro.
Dude, I get tired of looking at all these banners laying around, I start giving them to Zach.
So hold on, I'm gonna go back to me real quick. So this is a 6-foot Stifflers banner. If you want it.
Oh yeah, that banner's nice too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hashtag Stifflers me.
Stifflers, me. There you go.
Hashtag
Stifflers.
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 Here it is.
There you go.
Oh, I gotta pull this. So if you want the this is the shop swag. This is a giveaway. Hashtag Stifflers. Please don't spam. You can go in more than once, but don't spam. Then Andrew will pick somebody. There it is.
Man,
What?
I got to pick.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I'm trying to figure out what Dan was saying. No, you won't what? Put you on the trailer? I mean, I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to find out what Dan does and you guys do it at this no prep. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
All right, you ready? Here, I'm going to give you the breakdown of what's going to happen.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Like I said earlier in the chat, Andrew's coming to one of my stick shift races, the final one, to help me give this Tremec away back here. Which you, like I said, you won't see this next Sunday. Cody Hartman's in the lead for it right now. He's got 3 points over Tyler. I'm in like a far third place because I got put on the trailer twice by Tyler this last couple of races. But nonetheless, he we're gonna make a wager somehow.
A wager?
If you go 2 rounds.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Bruh. I'm going to come to this no prep and I'm going to bank some heinies and then y'all going to be buying Coyote motors by the end of the weekend.
Thank you, Neo and Andrew, for the banner. We haven't had any time the chance to hang it up. That's all right, man. That's what it's here for, brother.
Yeah, I do have I have a bunch of Hanlin banners still. I'll hook you up. Just remind me and I'll bring them up.
Just bring them up, bro.
I know we've been McLeod lately. I think this is a Ram banner.
I'll take the Ram banner.
I got a UPR banner. I got a Mickey Thompson banner.
You don't, are you putting any of them up?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Dude, I got so many of these things laying around. I got probably like another 100 more at the shop.
I won't put it on the bumper. When did I say I was putting it on the bumper?
No, I said I'll put this thing on the bumper if I have to.
He's just like, you won't. Here's the funny thing is I got half of the plates that say that.
There it is.
There it is.
Yo, as long as we got your coffee next weekend, we're A-okay.
We're A-okay, brother.
A-okay.
Yes.
Nah, I can't wait. Next week's going to be great. I'm somehow going to draw you first round, put you on the trailer, listen to you cry all weekend about how I put you on the trailer. No, but I don't know. I'm just, honestly, if I make it down the track or make it down no prep, I'll be happy.
Just come out. Listen, you can't come out and expect to, like, just come out and race. It's an 8 mile.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming out there. You know me, I'm always going to shit talk no matter what.
Right,
That's just what I do. That's just what I do.
You should come out. You should bring your stick shift car too, William. Bring it on up here to Pacemakers. It's Mid Ohio, and listen, I'm putting it's gonna be a show, guys. We got listen, we got me. You got Tyler Garlock, and you got Cody Hartman's going to be there. You got John Kinter. Big shout to John. He'll be there. Jace Cree will probably be there. Chris Markham. Pretty much your top 10 list. So there's going to be like 9 cars. Plus, we're getting Cameron and Casey Lee back this race. That's like 11. And then you're showing up. Danny Watts is showing up. Who else is coming back?
Dude, honestly, I kind of hope.
Like 20 cars there, bro.
I hope I get Danny Watts first round.
No, man.
I hope I get Danny Watts. I'm just gonna be like, sucker.
So, did you see my tag? Or yeah.
Huh? Yes, I did. We're good.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure that you had time. So, anyways, Cody Hartman leads by 3 points right now with the point series on
Mhm.
Tyler. And it's going to be super interesting to see who gets pulled who first.
Oh, this
Because-
is going to be juicy for
Yeah,
sure.
because you get a point for if you buy in, to give you guys an idea. You get a point for every round you win. And then you get 2 points for winning the actual event. So, like, if for some reason, and I'm not wishing this happens because Cody's been at every race and he's banged gears and broke shit and whatever. He deserves a transmission just as much as everybody does. But it's going to be pretty spicy because I know that there's points involved there, and it's going to be super interesting to see how that all plays out this weekend.
Right.
Because somebody's walking away. I mean, I don't have it. I'm down 7 points on Cody, so that ain't happening. You know, that ain't happening for unless I got 25 cars there and I go through a massive field, which
Anything can happen though.
But you know,
I mean,
legitimately, all Cody's got to do is win a couple of races. He pretty much locks it in. So
yeah,
and then
but
good for him.
just
You know,
say what if he goes out first round, and what if Cody goes out first round?
Who?
I'm sorry. What if Tyler goes out first round and Cody goes out first round?
Well, he's already up by 3.
Okay.
The only way.
Is there any chance for you're in the third spot, right?
Well, I mean, no. It's I'd have to. That was. I'm never going to rule. You're never going to say never, but you know, I'm 7 points down. I had really bad luck the last couple of weeks, or last couple no preparations pulling Tyler early. So that's the luck of the draw, guys. You know what I mean? So
it's chip draw, right?
Yeah.
Chip draw. Yeah.
Every round. Go ahead and give that away. Hashtag pick somebody. Come on now.
My bad.
Just
sorry.
scroll.
All right. Hold on. Sean Inman?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, Sean, you won the Stifflers banner. You can stop spamming it. Good?
Yep.
All right. So, congrats to Sean for the banner.
Let's do one more banner. Let's do one of my banners. Do you have any of my banners there or no?
I don't have any of my banners, so you'll have to ship it out.
All right, I'll ship it. That's fine. Just
All right.
get with Neo, email Neo, and then he'll send it to me, and I'll ship it out. I'll get married to send it.
So, Sean, get a hold of me at. Go ahead and show them what banner you're going to do. Or are you going to talk about the Hanlin? Do you have it out there?
Yeah, dog. Hold on, man. There you go. Don't mind all my tool mess.
So we'll do another banner.
There you go.
Right there.
Yeah, it's kind of the light. There you go. It's got all the transmissions on it.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Send it. Hashtag Hanlin.
There you go.
Hanlin banner. If you already won one, maybe kind of. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like, please don't spam like constantly, guys.
Yeah, I don't need 900 spam comments.
Yeah. You can go in more than once, whatever, but I'd appreciate it kind of keeping it. Give everybody a chance. It is what it is. It's tough to do. It's not easy to do little giveaways like that because, some people will get mad at the other person because it wasn't fair or whatever. Guys, I apologize. It's just the way it is. We don't always choose in the best way. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just trying to give something back to the guys. I'm just trying to give something back to the community. We like to do banners here on the channel that cost $10 to ship. It's not, it is what it is. So I do apologize. I mean, it is what it is. Try to do something cool. That's all. You know what I mean? Just trying. It's all in good faith. We'll let that go. We'll let that go for a second, and I'm gonna pop outside for a second. Be right back. can talk shit to Dan Watts.
That's not hard. No, I'm glad you're coming, bud. See, what really people don't know is when Danny Watts and I get together, then all we do is talk shit about Neo the whole time, so it works out. While we're letting this go through, what's everyone working on? What kind of projects have we got? What kind of cars are on jack stands right now? Don't tell Neo.
I can't believe how much I can actually see with these damn glasses, bro.
Got them glasses?
It's easier to hang banners than paint. Somebody's won like 3 of them from us. I mean, we've been giving these out for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Who it was. I think it's probably Jim Billy. Is it
As
Jim
long
Billy
as yeah, as long as Dad's mom makes chicken. Yeah, I told him, I was like, yo, Zach and I are coming in. We got to get Mama Adair to make some food. We hungry.
What Troy say? In the works at 393. Hopefully come out swinging the hell yeah, bro.
I asked what everyone was working on. Get your shit off jack stands.
My coupe is on jack stands because 3rd gear took a crap. Oh no. Working on a 331 and a URP. There we go. Let's go ahead and give that away.
All right.
Go spin the wheel, bro. You want me to do it?
No, I got it.
All right. Spin the wheel of doom. Whoever wins is yeah. Email me and I'll forward it to Hanlin.
Shelby Co 5.0.
Yeah, Shelby County.
Shelby County. There you go.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Hail to the yeah.
Just email Dan, and he'll send it over to me, and I'll get the girls to send it out this week.
Hell yeah, bro! Congratulations,
tomorrow.
Shelby. Him and Matt Bishop, good friends, good people, man.
Nice.
Good people. I've seen him at Ford Takeover. I've seen him at pretty much every event.
Hell yeah, Daniel Robinson sent you 2 videos. Mine it's running now. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my coffee is dope. So anyways, we're about an hour and a half in. Let me see here. Yeah, Stifflers banner. So congratulations, Sean. He is also a channel member.
Nice.
You guys check out the join button below. It's next to the subscribe button. Appreciate everybody who's joined the channel for a month or 3 years, or yeah, I think we've had it up for like 3 years. It's pretty awesome. So, Dan, what?
Damn, what?
I don't know. So, what we having this weekend? We having some ribs. Or you want some chicken?
I don't know, but you better give me your mama digits. I gotta call her up and make sure she got a feast ready for us. Zach and I are coming in.
That didn't even sound right. Number folks, huh?
Yo, listen. The last time we were up, Mama Adair made this whole damn feast. It looked like the Last Supper. And you got Toretto over here. Oh, sorry, this way. Toretto right there. You know, with his chain and all. And he's like, "Mi familia, picture time."
I didn't say that, bro. Say that. So, take me back.
Great time.
Where I go, my places. Everybody knows my name. Stop it. Anyways.
Nah, it was a great time. His mom makes some great food. We didn't leave hungry at all. And you know what?
Tony there.
Like to eat. Yep, Tony and Tess there. It was like they were on the road for like 4 days or something like that, and they're like, "Man, this is the first meal that we had, in a couple days, because they were traveling so much and real meal, I should say." I think they were probably eating fast food or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, man.
Yeah, that was good times, bro.
Yeah, I can't imagine your mom and dad's place on Thanksgiving though. I'm coming up for that. What's that? Toretto. Got him. Look, he's got the chain and all too. Mi familia.
Mi familia. He said this weekend is going to be fire, dude. It's going to be a great end of the season. Get to hang out, get to do some stick shift shit with my stick shift friends, bro. It's going to be great. I'm taking that shit. I'm taking that, bro. I'm taking that. I'm coining it. It's mine. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Can we do a live next Saturday?
At the track?
Yeah.
Too much shit going on with
me. I mean, you're gonna be out first round anyway, so you'll have time. And
you hear that?
Got him.
My car's staring at you, bro. No. Y'all don't know what's up with that three. Listen, y'all don't know what that 363 about to do on the front half with no weight in it.
Yo, am I in on this plate game, by the way?
The what?
Am I in on this plate game?
What plate game?
Plate game.
Man, you ain't even got an
license plate
alternator.
game.
You ain't got an alternator. Tell him, Watts. You ain't even got an alternator, bro.
Yo, I'm just asking if I'm in on that plate game just because I got a couple spares just in case.
So let me explain something to you guys real quick. Me and Dan Watts have this. We've been competitive, stick shift competitive with each other for over a decade now. And I think I've mentioned this before, but real quick, appreciate you, Murphy's Law, $5 super sticker. Thanks for supporting the channel tonight, man. Thank you so much. Also a channel member as well. Big shout out to you. Anyway, so the joke was you're up until like June of like this year, you had to have a front plate on your Ford or on your vehicle. Like, unless you'd get stopped, they would give you a ticket. So like the big pun was like, if we raced for the license plate. So it was kind of a dig because we knew that if you took your little street car, race car out in the street, you're going to get noticed by a cop anyways, and they're going to see you ain't got no front plate. So you get a ticket. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So we last time we raced was several years ago because he keeps breaking his shit. And there it is. And
there it is.
It was like best out of 3 or whatever. And I don't know, man. He's coming for his plate though. Now we would have raced at NMR. Like actually, Mike Kidd was gonna see if they wouldn't mind us racing for the plates at NMRA, but
that would have been a good race.
Yeah, but here's let me tell you why. Let me show you why it didn't happen. That's right. Hold on. Listen to the car. It's broke. Hear it? Anyway, that's my man at NMRA. That was him moving into. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you.
He's always kicking us while we're down, isn't he?
Yeah,
you know.
So this was the finals at NMRA. I'll show you guys real quick. You don't need a front plate in winter strip. This is Mike Niehoff. This is who I was talking about. I showed this before, but this is the NMRA finals for all the songs for like $3,500. So Mike Niehoff is an 86 hatch. That's a 331 twin turbo 67. And Dan had just put this motor together like Tuesday that week, and he's obviously got a Terminator. Now his car's all IRS Cobra 6-speed original factory shit. So. And this is the staggered curve. These guys pretty much got the same staggered number.
Man, Mike Niehaus was sneaky.
No, No, that's a stagger.
Oh, that was.
Sorry.
Man, Neos was sleepy.
You know, big shout out to my man Dan, though. That was his first real event win. So, Lamar, man, I appreciate the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much for what you do to the channel. For the channel. Lamar also makes really, really good wood art. You got that hanging in the garage right there?
No, it's in my living room. I gotta do my.
He made one for Pop's car, the blue one. You guys seen on the channel's been here for a while. But Lamar makes some really, really cool. You call them caricature or whatever. What do you call those? Like they're a wood art.
Wood carving.
He'll give you a wood art like this big. I think he charges like $500 or something. So, but he could make your car out of wood. It's crazy.
The attention to detail is amazing.
Amazing, bro. Amazing.
I mean, see how many stickers I got on this. I mean, obviously you don't see the back window, but like, you know, he did all the stickers on mine to match the Ram sticker and all. Yeah.
Shelby, make sure you send me an email on that banner so that I can forward it to Hanlin. So yeah, I know that front plates aren't there's no longer a front plate, you know, even in Ohio now too. But the point was, it was always kind of like a, you know, I'll race you for your front plate. And then, you know, because we were broke putting budget shit together. So I mean, we didn't have no money. Still don't. This guy didn't need front plate doors. So, anyways, yeah.
All right, guys.
So,
I think I'm gonna head out myself.
Yeah, it's pretty much time. It's about 10:15 Eastern time, guys. I just want to thank everybody who, you know, who follows us here on the channel, who supports the channel. You know, it means a lot to have, you know, people that'll sit here and listen to us chat and bullshit for an hour, if not two. You know, we got some good videos coming up this week. We got the teardown. You know, what's a 1,000 horsepower production 351 look like after 3.5 years? You guys are going to want to see it. There's some things in there you need to see. You know, good.
Is that the bottom end?
That the thing's empty.
Also,
you know, I want to mention that if you guys out there that follow us with stick shift shit, we have a, you know, show up Saturday night at Pacemaker Dragway out here in Mount Vernon, Ohio. It's going to be the last stick shift no prep of the year. I'd like to meet you, like to hang out with you, maybe bang some gears against you. Have a good time. We got about 15 solid people showing up, if not more, that I don't know about. Hopefully that ends up happening. Definitely going to be one hell of a field to end the year with, and then we'll kind of make transition to next year, start talking about some of the events we're going to do next year. But one thing I did mention, we are doing a Fox Days of Christmas. Now, for you that stayed this long in the channel, if you don't know what Fox Days of Christmas is, last year we gave away about $4,000 worth of shit for Christmas. It's not the type of video that you get a bunch of monetization on and money and stuff like that, because that's just not how it works. YouTube isn't really big on monetizing videos that give away shit, so I'll probably just turn it off so I can reach a bigger crowd. If you remember me talking about that, Andrew, anytime you use the word giveaway or anytime you use the word, you know, free or whatever in your thumbnail, they kill the video. So I'm going to probably turn the monetization off and see if it doesn't reach a larger crowd to get some more people interested in it. But we are going to be doing a Fox Days of Christmas. We're going to probably focus on about 10 gifts, and they're going to be pretty substantial. I think at this point, you know, I'd like to, they could be anywhere from $100 to $500 to $1,000. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to, as a collective channel, we're going to pick out like 10 things we'd like to see. So you guys kind of already know, and we're going to only do that in live stream. So we're gonna,
I actually have a couple good ideas for what we're going to do this year. Stay tuned. It's going to be pretty good.
You know, things you don't know what we're going to get. We're talking clutches. We're talking possibly even another hydraulic pedal again. We're talking, you know, I don't know, man. Terminator X. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I can't do that. What you got?
Honestly, I'll tell you the one thing I was thinking about, because I get people that ask for this all the time. A T5 rebuild kit, full rebuild kit.
So like the retainer and the cluster, like I get, like a $500 piece.
It's retail is $589.
That's a good idea.
That's a full T5 rebuild kit, all the bearings, synchros, small parts, and then we're going to do the bearing retainer, cluster support plate. So, like I said, that's $589 retail.
I probably could get a turbo.
Ooh.
I could probably get a turbo.
I don't know. It was either that. I don't know. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Well, I mean, that's the reason. There's a reason why I talked about this in the later part of the live stream, because those that stuck around and listened to it. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, if I can get it pulled off, I'd really like to do a transmission.
I don't know. There's too much involved in there. It's a lot of money.
It is. Be epic as shit, though.
I know. I'd rather save that transmission for like a stick shift, like shootout type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a TKX or anything.
I think drive shaft's a good idea. I think drive shaft's a good idea for those folks that.
Ooh.
That's not a bad. I mean, they're like $500.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think of some good stuff that we can give away that's pretty significant. That's kind of
I'm thinking of stuff that people need. Like even though it's not high dollar, like your restoration stuff that you did, like all your weather stripping, your door handles, that kind of stuff. Like to me, I mean that's the stuff that I need, for my own car. So it's like, that. I don't know. I think they're kind of cool gift ideas. I mean, obviously, everyone wants a turbo, everyone wants a transmission, but think if you can get stuff that you actually need.
Like, if you're going to watch this as a podcast or you're going to watch this as a live stream later on, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, let's be realistic here. There's some companies I could reach out to. I could maybe get a hold of Viking, see if they can't do something. I know Team B will produce something. I know MAF Racing will do something. McLeod. Tremec, I mean, Tremec is Tremec. I mean, you get a transmission. It's just like, I'm not, it's not really something that maybe I get them a jacket, but that's, I don't know. Pit mat would be cool.
Pit mat.
Wiring harness. That's a good idea. We're going to literally do this.
Did he freeze? He's yelling at my internet. This guy. F-cam. There you go.
Sorry about that, folks.
You back?
Yeah, I don't know. It's chat. Like when the chat gets so far in, I don't know. It like disconnects me. I think that's what it is. Anyway.
MF Customs adapter. I'm just reading the comments here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff, but yeah, seriously, comment down and let us know what you think. What would you guys like to see for Fox Days at Christmas?
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying that MF Customs adapter on my black Fox body, to be honest with you. But I mean, considering I already have all the wiring harness to TKX or Terminator X swap it, it's just not. I just don't see paying that money for it. Would you know what I mean? I'd like, unless he flipped it to me to promote it. But
anything Stifflers? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we got a lot better internet. I try, Super Dave. I try, bro. I'm like literally 200 feet from both of my houses plus, and it's like, I'm just outside of Wi-Fi. I should just get a Wi-Fi extender, but I don't trust Wi-Fi. I like to wire it. So I got this thing wired all the way from the freaking house. So it's not the best internet, but it works. Shit works, right? So anyways, guys, get your shit out the jack stands. You see it behind you. You see it behind Andrew. Big shout out to him. He's probably one of the biggest jack stand stories of the year. You got to manage time, money, and family. And I know we've been on here about 2 hours. It's time for us to get off. But I do appreciate everybody for being part of this. Once again, say goodbye to the Tremec box. That will not be here next Sunday. Unless for some crazy ass reason the race gets canceled or
don't tell me that.
We're not going to win.
Don't you put that juju on me, Bobby.
What time is Pacemaker Saturday? Pacemakers drivers meetings at 6. Would highly suggest you being there at 5 if you're going to come and show up to race. We're going to probably be there about 4:30 or whatever. But
we got to make a little pit stop first.
Yeah, we got to stop and drop something off. I'll take that record for most of Yeah, big shout out to you too, Dan, for getting your shit off the jack stands. I'll show those folks next week when I download your videos on the live stream, whatever. But have a good night, everybody. Once again, we got a couple big videos coming up this week. I think you guys will enjoy a little bit of 351, 387 shit. And then I'll have some race stuff for you next week. But I appreciate everybody for joining tonight. Big shout out to all my channel members in the green. And thank you so much to Super Dave once again for the $20 super sticker, Murphy's Law $5, and Lamar for the attend. Guys, I appreciate you for donating.
Yeah, much appreciated, guys. You guys don't have to do that.
Yep. So, anyways, Andrew, thanks for joining me tonight. I'd like to make it more of a regular thing with you and my man Watts. I'm trying to get his channel up. Guys, go check out Dan Watts Racing. If you want to check out some Cobra content, if you're into the Terminator shit. I dig all Mustangs. So
everyone needs to go to his last video and comment. We want part 2 right now.
Yeah, because he just well. Here's the thing. I know what's up with part 2, and it's a hard video for him to make, especially what he's doing. So I will give him a little bit of leniency because he didn't get a whole lot of footage, so he's going to have to narrate some shit. Anyways, hit me up. I might do Fox Days of Christmas. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, Lamar. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the stream. Thank you guys for being part of it tonight. Listen to me. Shit. I will see you soon, Andrew. Thank you for what you've done for us here on the channel. #1 sponsor. Big shout out to Tremick once again, McLeod, Team Z, Viking, Stifflers, MAF Racing, just to name a few. AGP Turbo. Appreciate all you guys. You guys need some turbo stuff? Go check out AGP Turbo. And tell Neo sent you. Oh, we have a code for MAF Racing with the chute launcher. We're going to be doing a short video about a chute launcher for you guys interested in getting a parachute. So you will get free shipping on his stuff, which is like a $50 savings because all that parachute shit's expensive to ship. So we'll be talking about that soon. And you're going to be doing a code as well for the seasons. Yes. Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up soon. Big code too. So be looking for that, guys. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Have a good week, everyone. See ya. Thanks, Andrew. See you guys.